This is Financially Speaking, where we're going from uncomfortable to in control, one episode at a time. Today, we're going to be talking about the first $1,000, how to build your emergency fund from scratch. And I can't even tell you how I wrote down in my notes here. Share a time with the $1,000 emergency fund saved you. I wrote that down, but I can't even fathom a time of just once when it has saved us. It has been multiple times. I'm just gonna kind of just let you think how if you had an extra $1,000 just sitting in, not even in your checking account, in a savings account that you don't touch, how that would change your life. And how, the brakes went on my car. Well, that's all of a sudden, but you're not budgeting, so you're not saving for it. And now you have the money to be able to pay for that $300, $400, or $500, whatever it is. Not from future money that you're making or the money that you're working for right now, just from a savings account. You don't have to stress where the money's coming from. I don't think that really needs a real life example of a time that I used mine. I think that you can probably imagine that on your own and how good that would feel. And hopefully, now that we've been talking about this, motivates you to want to create that and to have that for yourself. Because financial freedom is freeing. I know that sounds cliche and that sounds really stupid, but it's true. It's true because then, it's in the actual name, emergency fund. It's for emergencies. So when an emergency happens, like, okay, your car breaks down. Sounds like an emergency, but that's in the grand scheme of things really not that bad. Let's say you have a medical emergency and now you've got these copays or you've got something. Now, instead of focusing on, oh my goodness, I have either for myself or my loved one, we're having this emergency. You don't have in the back of your mind, I have no idea how I'm gonna pay for this. And maybe even $1,000, you might still have that, but $1,000 is a small step before 1 month, and 1 month is a small step before 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. But you have to get to $1,000 to get to the other ones, and every single dollar saved is progress towards that. So in that, I got a little bit off track. So in that actual emergency situation, you're not thinking, how am I going to pay for that? You can focus on the actual emergency. Because when we have emergency situations, they're always, this is the situation, how am I going to pay for it? But having an emergency fund takes out the, how am I going to pay for it? And then you can focus on the emergency. And that right there, for me, is enough and was enough to want to be like, hey, we need this emergency fund. So let's go over some step-by-steps on how to actually save your first emergency fund, your first $1,000 quickly. Step one is sell unused stuff. We, as Americans, just have a lot of stuff. We got a lot of junk. You have a 1,500 square foot house that you moved to, you had a 1,000 square foot apartment that was full, then you moved to a 1,500 square foot house. You filled up that 1,500 square foot house. Oh, I need to upgrade. I'm going to move to a 2,000 square foot house. You're going to fill up that house too. You got stuff. Just sell some of it. Just go on Facebook Marketplace or clothes to Plato's Closet or not Baby Be Gone. What's that? Whatever the baby one is. Bye Bye Baby. No, that's not it. There's a baby one somewhere. It's kind of like Plato's Closet. I don't know what it's called. Sell your old Lego sets. Things you don't use. Like don't sell your refrigerator. You use that. Sell clothes, shoes. You've got 2 mowers. That one hits home because I've got 2 mowers in the shed right now. Sell a mower. Sell things you don't use. Sell anything. If it's not bolted to the floor, sell it. Is it more important to have that one item that you don't really use, or that's taking up space in your closet? Because if you're like, I'm going to use this, and you stuck it in a closet, and that was 6 months ago, well, you didn't use it before you stuck it in the closet, and then you stuck it in the closet, you haven't used it yet. So maybe you should sell it, because at least you could have some cash money in your bank account to get you to that $1,000. Step number 2 would be pick up a temporary side hustle. Just something simple. Landscaping on the weekends. I mean, you can if you're like entrepreneurial, you can try to mow your neighbor's yards. You can do odd jobs if you're handy. You could do like handyman stuff. If you're not, you could do like Amazon Flex or delivering pizzas or DoorDash. Or there's so many side hustle options, and the side hustle culture is big. It's popular. Everyone's just like looking to make just extra money. Okay, yeah, you got your normal 9 to 5. You're not married and you don't have a couple of kids, and you've just got time in your hands. Okay, so watch less Netflix. play less video games, spend less time scrolling on your phone, scrolling on TikTok, and get an evening job 2-3 days a week. Become a server, or I'm just going to pick up one Saturday. You work your 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I'm going to work just on Saturdays. Okay, well then all that money from Saturday, say I'm going to have it go towards this. It's going to go to my emergency fund. There you go. I feel like it's pretty simple. So step 3 would be slash one big expense for 1 to 2 months. So if you are going out to eat, just stop. Like going out to eat and going to the grocery store shouldn't be in the same category in your budget. That's really not for this video. But if you're spending $200 a month going out to eat, just don't go out to eat and just prep your food at home. Or if you've got, let's see, what's another big expense? You're planning a yard renovation, or to do something. I'm planning this for something that you don't need to do. Just put it off a couple of months, or just wear the clothes. Normally, the money that you would spend on buying clothes, like new clothes at Target or wherever people shop. I don't know. I get my clothes from a pack, so I don't really know where people shop. But Target, Amazon, American Eagle, I don't know if people still shop there or not. Just don't buy any new clothes. Just wear the clothes that you have. Unless you're going to like prom and you it's a once in it's your senior year. But then again, why would you be watching this video if you were a senior in high school? But whatever. I need this, or I got a new job, I need a suit. Okay, well, don't push that off because you need that, because that in theory will generate you money. But if you're like, I just need some new jeans. No, you don't. Just wear the jeans you have. Nobody cares. I've step number 4 as keep it separate from your checking account. So it's really simple. Just don't have it in your checking account. When you open a bank account, it comes up with a checking and a savings. Just move it to your savings account. Or if you can't even not spend it when it's there, open up another checking account at a different bank, and then send that money from your bank where your paycheck goes to the other bank, because you're not going to be checking it and paying your bills out of it. So it's just going to be sitting there. So literally out of sight, out of mind. So just do that. It's really, really simple. If you're looking for a good high yield savings account, I use Wealthfront. I've used Wealthfront for a long time. They're really good. I don't know what their rates are. Their rates are always changing for what you get paid. But if you're looking for a out of sight, out of mind account that actually generates you some money, that's a good option. I'll link them down in the description. And then the last step, I would say, would be to find a buddy. If you're married, then yeah, your spouse needs to be on board. But if you've got just guy friends or girlfriends, and you're like, hey, I'm kind of tired of living like this. I kind of want to have an emergency fund. I want this for me. I think this is really cool. This is the research that I'm doing. You want to do it together. Hey, let's buckle down. Let's see if we can do this for 2, 3, 4 months. It's kind of like having a gym partner. They're going to keep you accountable. You're going to have the same goals, because then they're not going to be like, hey, do you want to go out to eat? And then you're like, no, I can't, because I'm cutting out, because I'm trying to, save my first $1,000 really, really fast. Because then they're running on the same track as you. So they're going to be going to the same goal. So you guys can do things together. Hey, let's go hiking instead of going out to eat, because that's free. That's, fun things like that. Help you keep accountable, make it a little bit more interesting, and, you can pick up some new hobbies or something like that. So I think that'd be really cool. So on that note, make sure you're sharing this video with that buddy and with your friends if you think they could benefit from having a $1,000 emergency fund. And don't forget to tune in next week where we're going to be talking about the debt snowball versus the debt avalanche. I'm going to give you, an overview of them, what's my favorite, what we've used in the past, and everything like that. But yeah, we'll catch you next week.